Welcome back to our 31 Days of Horror Advent Calendar. We've been doing a horror movie every single day for you this month, and we're a little over halfway done, guys. So I hope you guys have been following along, because today, for your Monday, October 17th, we're talking about 2005's The Devil's Rejects. The Devil's Rejects is Rob Zombie's sequel to House of a Thousand Corpses, and it picks up pretty much where the last movie left off. The Firefly house is getting raided by the police. The brother of the original Sheriff Wydell has come to seek vengeance on the family and storms their home, driving Baby and Otis to flee the house and run from the law. I really enjoy this film. I think this is the one that a lot more critics were more on board with what Rob Zombie had to offer. I know that when this movie came out, there's posters for this movie everywhere, and it was very popular for horror movies in that year, in 2005. As I said before, I think that Rob Zombie has a knack for making some polarizing films. They're not films I think that everybody enjoys. But I think that's kind of the charm of them, is that there are these really like vulgar B movies and actual B movies in the way that people respond to them. I think Devil's Rejects is probably his finest work. It really takes some of the things that we get used to in the first House of a Thousand Corpses and starts to kind of reverse the roles here on our serial killers, where they go from being the hunters to the hunted, and I think that's actually really interesting to watch.
Yeah, it is really interesting to watch, seeing these sick, twisted, like perverse human beings and seeing them like kind of snake their way out of situations, all the while still getting, doing their own dirty work even in the midst of it. And just seeing it, I mean, this is a shock film. Yeah. This is one of the most, and this is honestly one of the most effective shock movies out there, in my opinion. This movie is disgusting. It is so deeply depraved. And that's what Rob Zombie gives you, but this is definitely his most shocking film in that way.
It's kind of this, like, I kind of love the soundtrack and the way that it works with it. It's kind of this interesting, like, road movie, but, like, horror movie at the same time. And it's kind of this, it's got this really, like, chicken fried thing to it, where it's very southern. And I think that's one of the things, the elements of it. It's actually a movie, a lot of this movie happens in the daytime. I think that's really interesting. A lot of it happens in the light, and like I said, it's more of like a road movie than it is. It definitely is a horror movie, but it has that road movie element. You have Captain Spaulding, played by Sid Haig, who also joins them because they have tons of evidence of his involvement in it. As you see in the first House of a Thousand Corpses, he's the person that kind of leads everybody to go there. If you go to his house of attractions and he doesn't like you, you're getting sent to the house. Especially if you're a curious person like the original ones were in the first movie. So he ends up getting embroiled and ends up meeting up with them and joining. You have these three characters hitting the road, trying to escape, all the while being hunted by William Forsythe's character, the Sheriff Wydell.
Another thing that I really enjoyed about this film was how sick and depraved that these people are, and how like they bring out basically the worst in people. Like the sheriff who's hunting them down, he just kind of like spirals into almost becoming like one of them. You can see a lot of different elements from a lot of horror classics in this one, but like we said with our review of House of a Thousand Corpses, Rob Zombie always takes something that is familiar, but he makes it his own. And The Devil's Rejects is a very strong film. It does have a lot of great performances in it, and it dives into places that you wouldn't expect a movie like this to go. And it is a character study as much. As sick as these people are, it is a very interesting dive into the psychology of these people.
So that's been our short review today of The Devil's Rejects, your movie for your Monday, October 17th, of the 31 Days Horror Advent Calendar. If you guys haven't been following along, go to our Twitter or our YouTube page. You can find all the videos and catch up with us. We're a little bit more than halfway done with the list, so please, guys, join in. Remember to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think about The Devil's Rejects. Trust me, we know the Rob Zombie films are definitely the more polarizing ones, so give us your opinion. I'd love to hear about it. Also, follow us on Twitter at BacktotheFeature. We'll talk to you guys about movies all day long. So I've been Giovanni Carlo.
And I'm John Vanderloo.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow.